Yeah.
That's basically
Last of Space.
That's what I'm expecting.
Oh.
Space of Us. And yeah, anyway. So fucking everyone's spit take all over your shit. The word Elden Ring pops up again, and I'm like, what? I was like, in my gut, I felt fear. I'm not gonna lie. I felt a deep, deep fear for the idea that I'd have to fucking boot this up again this soon.
I saw the trailer, and I saw like the shot of the ground. I'm like, that is a From Software game. And then they cut to like the fog rolling in, and I thought, and like the figures in the distance, and I thought it was going to be Demon Souls 2.
Okay.
Right, because it looks like the fucking image that's on top of me right now on the video.
Right.
Version of the podcast.
Yeah, no, like we were watching, and like we're just like, okay, what is some fantasy something? And it's like looking at the assets, you're like, okay, yeah, assets do have a feeling to them, and like I think Min was the first one to go like, is this from or this reminds me of FromSoft, and then it's like, because it is, right?
And then you saw Grace, and that's when all the confusion started to coalesce.
Okay, so before we get into what it actually is, do you agree that another full giant expansion within this time frame would have been too much?
I started
okay,
really
yes,
worried.
Thank you. I'm like,
I was
stop.
Dude, like a month ago, I don't know when it was, but when we were when you had beaten Erdtree,
yeah,
I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to play Elden Ring ever again. Do you remember me saying that?
I do.
Because I'd spent so much time across the main game and the expansion. And then I saw this, and my stomach just like dropped. I'm like, no, I don't want more.
I just, and I'm like, fuck these insane, like, people that are like, no, more forever. Like, no, man. God damn it. It's been months. Holy shit. And so we see a bunch of like crazy new abilities, and you're like, oh yeah. Well, and I was like,
the first thing is you see characters sprinting like they're dashing in Sekiro. And we're like, what the
flying up walls and hopping them and shit, and then arm birds, and
yeah, the bird that flies like 100 feet in the air if we're coming down.
And so what I thought was, I was like, okay, this is a robust PvP expansion.
Yeah,
right?
And then it started to get really strange because I was watching. I'm like, is that the
Nameless King?
And
I didn't even catch it.
Where they take the rig and attach it to a new character. Like, it was clearly the model ripped out of the old game and put into this game, and he's throwing lightning bolts and shit. Like, wait, what the fuck is this?
I didn't catch it when it happened. I was looking at it, and I saw the dragon, and I saw the fucking up top, and it went by, and then it was like, wait, what? And now you're like, okay, so everyone who's been doing the like, it's all connected theory gets to just fucking gets their day in the spotlight. They get rock hard at the idea of like, we can connect all these worlds now. There's a portal in the Land of Reeds that leads to fucking Blighttown. And the door, right? There's a door that's unopened that now we know where it leads. And thank fucking God, after the trailer, you go and read the IGN interview about what Nightreign is. Elden Ring Nightreign.
And it is not a regular From Software game.
It is a
beast.
Completely different game that is made in the Elden Ring world, and one of the battle directors wanted to basically make a PvE spin-off.
So
3v1.
The logic behind it was the battle director going, yo, I've been watching a lot of Elden Ring randomized speedruns, and that seems really cool.
Sure. Yep. Also, he also said he's a fan of team co-op online games, right? So stuff like Helldivers is, pick it up now. Any of these games where you're in a group of people and you're doing a run, like obviously going back to the Left 4 Deads and everything, there's been, a proper established genre here. So them being like, yeah, what if we could do this in an Elden Ring kind of FromSoft setting? And the thought here where it's like, and you're picking one of a set number of characters that you expand on.
Specific abilities.
And the whole thing goes, okay, it's sane. It's sane. It's not importing your full custom character, and it's not the full, it's like literally its own bit.
Risk of Rain or Enter the Gungeon. It's a roguelite.
The interview goes on to elaborate. So there's going to be a 3-day system. Across the 3 days, as you're traveling with either one
yourself
or 3. No,
not
2. Very peculiar in its balance. But yes, 1 or 3. And you're gonna have invasions. You might get like the Margit, the Fell Omen jumping in to wreck your shit.
The map is going to be randomly generated, and the gear you find is going to be randomly placed.
Let's expand off of the Chalice Dungeon concept, and do more with that. Each day is also going to have a particular end boss. You pick like a Dr. Wily kind of setup. And then there's going to be a final unlock after you level up enough and expand and do more. Very cool and interesting concept of like picking a set character and building on top of that in the Elden Ring world,
I will play Enter the Gungeon Elden Ring edition. I will.
And randomly walking into rooms that have a chance of loading up a fucking blood-starved beast or, not a Sony, but a Bandai at the very least, right? Them
showing off that they're willing to pull in just direct rips from other games makes that game super exciting.
But it's also what the fan community has been doing on PC for years anyway.
Oh, absolutely. And they were very straightforward. Like, we saw that shit and we thought it was cool, so we wanted to do it ourselves.
What if we did it officially though? Yeah. And it can't be a proper release on its own. It can't be a proper part of the main game, so let's just make its own world where you can do whatever you want. It's another lens between.
I don't know if you saw, but like you were saying, like they're all connected, those people are empowered. That discussion is now over because the From Software Twitter account tweeted out an announcement alongside Elden Ring Nightreign, where it said the Night Lord's power is such that even ancient foes from a world long ago where there once burned a great fire have shown up. And it's like, okay, they have just outright stated that Dark Souls led to Elden Ring.
Long ago in another world?
Yeah, long ago, ancient foes were like the fire once burned bright, or something like that.
Okay,
you could burn it up, but it's like
if a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars exists, but over here, Indiana Jones also exists.
Yeah,
are these in the same? Is that?
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Yeah, Star Wars and Indiana Jones, same universe.
No matter how far apart they are universally,
absolutely.
If they're on the other side of a fucking tesseract, it's still connected. It's 2 dots on the same fucking point. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Sure. Whatever. So yes, anyone can get pulled in from anywhere as long as they belong to the folder that says Bamco and not the folder that says Sony. Well,
this is a really fun thing because one of the things that modders found out with Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3 is that like all of these games are running off like the same guts. Like they're all essentially the same game. And so you can totally drag and drop shit over and it mostly works. So now it's time for them to drag and drop their own shit over.
Yeah, you know what? There's a floating gallery in space, and every painting is a different franchise you jump into.
There is no reason that we can't fight an armored core in this. There's like the final boss is like white glint.
And of course, the Moonlight Greatsword existing is cause enough for anyone lore sniffing to hold it up and go, but look, it's there. Yeah. And what are you supposed to say? It's not? It is there. That's cool. No, that's cool.
Elden Ring Nightreign at the very beginning of the show felt like a threat of like, this is the thing they're showing off in the first 15 fucking minutes?
It was a threat. It was absolute. That was a fucking gun pointed at you. Thank God.
What else do they got?
It's a spinoff. It's a sane spin-off, and it has nothing to do with Miyazaki, and it has nothing to do with Grimm. They also specified as well.
Yeah, they're like, we didn't talk to him about this. We just did it, whatever.
Also, they didn't. They had an explorative open world version of it, but then they streamlined it to be like, bunch of hallways that you move through to get to the end. To fight these bosses.
It's not to hallways. It's Limgrave. Like that's the map, but the Limgrave geography changes.
And there's these birds that get you back on track whenever you want to go to the next important location.
Like the topography, like the lake and the hills and shit won't change, but all the building locations will change. And all the cave locations.
But the idea of just getting or pulling this bird out and it flies you to like the track that you're supposed to be on, it Elden Ring arcade, right? Like I feel like the Elden Ring arcade game is what we're looking at.
This looks super fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God I can play it solo, because I don't want to play that game with 2 other people. I just don't.
And when asked about Spirit Ashes, they said like one character will be able to use Spirit Ashes as a part of their kit.
Oh, that's perfect.
So it's balanced around the idea. Yeah.